Okay, Brian, so we've been talking about releases.
Yep.
We've been talking about broadheads.
Absolutely,
We're
yeah.
going to talk about sights now.
So Bill is totally on board with B3. You know, he shoots all of our product. It's great having a guy like Bill that knows so much about the hunting world and help us with our product. And Bill's very, very open with the information, so he doesn't mind telling me what to do. So
Telling you what you did wrong.
there you go. So for 2025, Bill shot our Exact Sight last year, our fixed pin sight, because he's a simple guy, a hunting guy. He wants it simple. He's also a simple guy.
Yeah.
So the simple sight worked good for him. But the new sight for 2025 has kind of been the buzz here at the ATA. It's the new Exact Linx. So we're going to talk about the Linx, and it just so happens that Bill's one of his other sponsors is Hoyt. I've got the 2025 Hoyt bow in my hand, and the reason I kind of have this bow is they utilize the pick rail system. Pick rail is very popular now. So with the pick rail, one of the things that Bill had told me last year is like, man, I want my sight real short to the bow. I'm like, well, we can do that. We're working on some new stuff. So Bill sees the new pick rail for the first time at the show, and it's very short. So what does that mean? It's very short to the mount. So the third axis is right here up against the riser,
right,
but it keeps the sight kind of in line with the limb pocket. So it protects the sight. It doesn't have it out in the way if you're hunting a blind or whatever.
Well,
Bill.
even in a tree, like I'm always pulling it up through the branches.
Absolutely.
I like it when everything goes right through.
Yep.
You're like, this is the package.
Yep.
It's not like here and then out, and then that's why I don't run a long stabilizer.
100%. So it makes it a compact unit. So it keeps everything close to the peep sight. So, and a lot of the guys in the bow hunting world prefer that. So Bill got that wish on his 2025 Exact Linx. Some of the other features we'll talk about, it's a gear system sight. So what does that mean?
What is this one called?
It's called the Linx, L-I-N-X. So the Linx is the new gear system sight by Exact Sights, which is part of B3. So when I say gear system, there's a gear internal here inside the machine housing of the body, and the opposite side of that gear is geared on the back here. So you can't burn out the synthetic material because it's geared into each other. So it's a very smooth sight, quick ratio, so it will actually move quickly on the fly if you're shooting a single pin. Bill and I both run 5 pins, so that's not as important, but if you're shooting a single pin, you need to have the ability to move it rapidly. So with that, you'll have a sight scale on both sides. You can adjust both sides to making sure they're matched up, 20 through 100 on this wheel, 20 through 100 on the scale. Another cool feature about this sight is the scale is movable. Well, what does that mean? It means you can actually loosen 2 screws and move the scale to help match. So if you get way off, you don't have to depend on your indicator.
Right.
So you can move the scale, you can move the wheel, all the axis adjustments.
I saw that. You just 2 Allen screws.
Yep.
We can readjust where the wheel is at relative to the sight head.
Absolutely. So you can re-index all that stuff to sight your pointer on the sight pin side to the pointer on the wheel side.
That's right.
So it's a nice feature that we brought to the Linx from the Rise system. The other new part of this sight, a lot of new features. You see all that stuff. And any bar will go on it. You're shooting the Matthews Bridge Lock, the pick rail on the Hoyt, the PSC pick rail. All the major bow names out there have a kind of a unique system. You can adapt this sight to the riser, so it's really easy to adjust. But the last feature, and probably one of the coolest features of this sight, is our new patent pending on the light system adjustment. So it's a combination of light and sun shield. So if you look at the light, it's USB chargeable, but it's also on a sun shield, so you can index it to adjust the light into the fibers.
Yeah.
The light itself, Bill, does not cast into the scope. So Bill will tell you, he does a lot of ground blind hunting. When you start casting light into the housing, you get a halo effect. Well, so you can see it. So this is only going to brighten your fibers up. So it's a very cool system to charge it. You just pull it off, USB charge it, no batteries, and snap it right back on.
That's nice.
Yep.
And so when you talk about the sun shield, if you have sun coming from different directions, it gives you the illusion that your peep or that your sight head is in a different place within your peep.
Yeah, and it also changes as the sun's coming in out of a tree stand, sometimes you want more light, sometimes you want less light. So you can adjust on the fly if you're doing a long set. And then as darkness approaches, if it's illegal in your state, you can go to the artificial light, which is part of the sun shield.
Yeah.
So
no, that's cool.
Yep. And then the last thing with that, Bill, and I'll let Bill talk about it a little bit, but we have the ability to, it's a modular sight, so you can go to a programmable light. So what does that mean? If you're a tech guy and you like to have all the gadgets on your bow, the programmable light means that it is a light that you can change all of the settings on. It's got a screen digital readout that allow you to change your settings. So I can go up to a brightness level of 10.
Wow.
So
I could use that for blood trailing.
and Bill needs all the help that he can get when he's looking for his deer. So
No, I'm shooting your broadhead, so they're going to die quick.
oh yeah, so he just needs the light to last for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
But it allows you to change the pin brightness. So, and it also allows you to change the program of when the light cuts off. So if you want it to cut off after 15 seconds or 15 minutes, you can change it, or you can actually just manually cut it on and off with one button. So we made it very simple, very easy to use. So, but you can take it off because there's really no sense, Bill, in practicing with this on your sight.
Right.
It's there's no point just beating this programmable light to death. Go back to your sun shield, and you're back in business. And you can take and charge them both. If one were to die, you can throw the other one on. So they both come in a packet if you get the upper end sight level. But this sight will retail in your stores for still under, even with the programmable light, only around $470. The standard sight without the lights is around $380. So all the bar features, ton of new options with how you set the sight, lights, pin adjustments, pretty much everything you're looking for to sight.
Well, the one thing that we started talking about that I want to talk about more, and that's the 5-pin.
Yep.
Because most guys are going to say, why do you run a movable pin sight with 5 pins in the body?
Right.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about it is you set it for the top pin at 20.
100%.
Right. And then what? You don't move it unless you have the time and the opportunity to move it.
100%.
Because like you got a deer coming in, he's at 20, he's walking, now he's at 40, then he's at, you don't have to be sitting here dialing this all the time if you have a single pin.
100%. Yeah, that's right.
But let's say he's at 42, and you know he's at 42 and he's out there feeding, you could dial the top pin to 42.
Or the bottom pin, whichever one you're correlating the dial with, whatever pin. I use the bottom.
Okay.
So I run I'm like Bill, I run 5 pins. I run 23 60. My 60, I'm always pointing at 60, but if I want to shoot 52 or 71 or 39 and I want to be exact, I still have the ability to be precise with the roller. And if the guys want to run a single pin or a dual pin, all those will fit in this scope house.
Yeah, because the downside to running multiple pins and not having any of them movable is you're gapping.
100%.
And then so there's guesswork there. And
There
I'm
is,
not saying that it's more of an issue when you go between 50 and 60 or 40 and 50 than between 20 and 30.
Absolutely.
But man, there's even 2 yards difference makes a big difference, when you're gapping between 50 and 60.
Really, at today's bow speeds, and Bill's a long draw, so he doesn't see it, as much as I'm a 28 and a half, Bill's probably 31.
Yeah, or more.
Or more. So, and that helps with his bow speed, but once you go past 40 yards, the rule of thumb is every yard's about 1.5 inches. So if it's 3 yards, it's 4.5. So now you've got to say, I've got to change my hold 4.5 inches. Well, with a movable sight, even though you're running multiple pins, you can still dial it to one pin.
If you have the time and the opportunity, it gives you just that one more level of flexibility.
And the one thing you can always say to the guys out there who are against guys shooting longer ranges, well, if you want to take out some of the guesswork and get more pinpoint accuracy, if you can dial that pin to where you want to shoot it at 49 yards or 51, that will really help put the things into your favor. We're just trying to improve the odds, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Make ourselves a little bit more accurate.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Well, we appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to shooting the sight this season.
Awesome. Yeah, we're glad to have Bill, and look forward to get some feedback in the real world out in the woods with Jordan shooting the Exact Linx 2025.